Hi, my name is David and welcome again to AllCBTS. Today we'll be going into this special NABTEB English compilation. Okay, so I've taken for you the 50 curated top of the list most likely questions that you should experience in your next NABTEB exam. It's going to comprise of all the sections, all the papers for the NABTEB exam. So if you can master these ones and be so good at understanding them, I'm sure that when you see NABTEB or even any other SSCE exam for that matter, or pre-degree exam, you will crush it. All right, without further ado, let's go into it. If you are yet to be subscribed to this channel, this is what we do here. We release dozens and tons of educative materials that will help you ace your exam, right? Now let's begin. So we have 50 questions. We have essay writings, we have letter writings, we have articles. But for the beginning, we're going to start with the objective questions. Now, question 1, identify the error. Okay, in this particular sentence, this is a sentence. So what's the error in this sentence? Neither of the boys have completed their homework. Now, neither means what? Not one. That's what neither is. None of them. Okay, it's often used to differentiate between two persons. Okay, so neither of the boys have completed their homework, or you can say none of the boys have completed their homework. So neither here is singular. So when you are using singular, you don't use have, you use has. Okay, have is used for plural. Let's say for example, we have 10 of the boys, then you can use have, because 10 will mean more than one. But neither means not one, so it's a singular word, a singular subject. So not one of the boys, or neither of the boys has completed their own work. So have is incorrect there. So have is the error there. You see, I made an explanation. I said neither is singular. So the correct form here should be has. Neither of the boys, or not one of the boys, have completed their homework. Question 2. Antonym for docile. What's the antonym for docile? Docile will mean laid back, okay, submissive, just quiet, immobile. So, and what's the antonym for that, for those related words I've mentioned? That would be aggressive. It's only aggressive among all of these that seems like the opposite of being laid back, rested, and all of that. So submissive is a synonym, obedient is a synonym. That's another word. It might not be perfect related word, but something close. Calm can also work for docile in some cases. So aggressive is like the opposite. So aggressive is the correct antonym. Question 3. Fill in the blank. Can I say option B, please? Fill in the blank. She is proficient dash French. She is proficient dash French. Now what is it going to be? We have in, at, with, about. Now she is proficient dash French. When you are talking about language, use in. He is good in English. She's bad in mathematics. Okay. Yeah, so she's proficient in French. So you won't say, no, some persons might want to say she's proficient at French, but it wouldn't really make sense. Yeah, if you put at French here, others don't even fit. So she's proficient in French. It's the right collocation for this particular statement. Question 4. Meaning of the idiom. This is an idiomatic expression. To break the ice. An idiomatic expression. You must have heard it several times. What would this idiom, to break the ice, mean from these options? We have A, to shiver. B, to initiate conversation. C, to make a mistake. D, to end friendship. To break the ice will mean to start something. Okay, so to initiate conversation. In context of this question, to initiate conversation will be the correct option. So option B. And then question 5. Choose the correct sentence. I suggested him leave early. Now, this doesn't make sense. I suggested him leave early. No, that's the way um, local people speak. So then we have, I suggested that he leaves early. No, because there's a leaves here, is incorrect. Because this leaves shows an action continuous. It's not correct. And I suggested that shows a past, a reported speech. Okay, I suggested that he leave early. Yes, this will be the correct one. Okay, so option C is the correct sentence here. And then question 6. Choose the best sentence completion. The manager, along with his assistants, dash present. The manager, along with his assistants, dash present. Now, if you look at this particular sentence, the concentration or the uh, flashlight, the focus is on the manager. The manager is the subject in this particular sentence. So, and he says manager. He didn't say the managers. Now, his assistant is just like a supporting um, clause or phrase in this particular sentence. So the manager is the focus, and the manager here is singular, one person. So the manager, along with his assistants, will be what? Is present, not are or were. Okay, is, because the manager is one person. So one is the correct word to fill in that sentence. Question 7. What's the synonym for meticulous? Meticulous means thorough, in-depth. Which other word now? You can suggest other words. I'm sure you are a very good English student or vocab student. So synonym for meticulous, it's just the best synonym will be thorough. Somebody who covers all the areas, who goes in depth. I think in depth too. Okay. Yes. So thorough is a synonym. Another word or a close related word or a close word. Good. So meticulous means very careful, precise. So B. Question 8. Identify the part of speech in this sentence. He is a fast runner. Emphasis on fast. So what part of speech would fast come under? Is fast a noun, adjective, verb, adverb? So fast describes the type of runner that he is, that Ade is. You can say Ade is a fast runner. So fast let us know that Ade is one type of a runner that you can't catch. So fast is an adjective because it describes a noun. And who is the noun there, or what is the noun? Ade or he in this particular subject as a pronoun. Okay, question 9. Change to indirect speech. He said, I am going to the market. Now, this is a what? Direct speech. I'm going to the market is direct speech. So if you have to change this, what will it be? A, he said he is going to the market. B, he said he was going to the market. C, he said he goes to the market. D, he said he had gone to the market. The correct option will be he said he was going to the market. That's indirect speech, which is like a reported speech. Okay, option B. And then question 10. Choose the correct preposition. So prepositions are words that are used to connect two nouns or two pronouns or nouns to pronoun. They are connecting words, okay? So we were warned, dash, the dangers of smoking. We have of, at, about, to. We were warned of the dangers of smoking, about the dangers of smoking. Now, when you are talking about a subject, you use about. Have you been to some website, you see a particular page, it's called About Us. So that gives you an insight into what the organization is, what they do. You understand? It gives you a brief insight into the organization. So the context here now is smoking. So about gives us an insight into smoking. So when you are talking about a particular subject, you use about. We were warned about the dangers of smoking. So option C. Question 11. Choose the correct sentence. The principal and the teacher is absent. The principal together with the teacher are absent. The principal along with the teacher is absent. Principal and the teacher are is absent. This one does not even go. Alright, one of the tricks I use, I often say it in all of the videos when I'm dealing with multi-choice questions, is to take out the most two illogical answer or the more two illogical answer, leaving me with the one that is more logical and something close. Okay, so if I, especially when I don't even have an idea of the answer, because definitely you will not know all the questions all the time. So if you don't know the questions, you can just narrow it down, narrow down the options by removing the two most illogical answers, leaving you with something that is sensible and the correct answer. Okay, so the principal and the teacher are is absent. Definitely illogical. It can be. So we are left with the principal along with the teacher is absent. The principal together with the teacher are absent. But we take what? The principal along with the teacher is absent. Why? Because this is a subject verb sentence. And the subject, how many subjects do we have here? We have two subjects, the principal, we have the teacher. Now, the verb, we always agree with the nearer subject. Now, the nearer subject here, teacher, is in the singular, one teacher. Also, principal is in the singular, one. So what will the verb be? Is. Assuming we had teachers here, this would be are. Do you get it now? So the verb will always agree with the closest subject or the closer subject. And the closer subject here is teacher. And because teacher is singular, the verb has to be in the singular. If you are enjoying this, make sure you like the video, okay? And let us know what you think about the video. If you have any questions, you can also drop it in the comment section. If I've attempted any of the, or if I attempt any of the questions incorrectly, you can also draw my attention to it so that when I'm making a follow-up video, I can ensure that that is corrected. Now, question 12. Pick the correct synonym for elusive. Synonym would mean what? A closer word, a related word, closest in meaning among the options. So, correct synonym for elusive. Elusive means what? Evasive. Something that's evasive. Yes. So, easy to catch? No. Elusive is not easy to catch. Elusive is a dribbler. So, evasive would be better suited as another word for elusive. 13. Fill in the blanks. She arrived at the venue. This should be a straight one. She arrived at the venue on time. Okay. I know some persons will be moved to say in time. No, in time is used when you are dealing with a particular period of time in the past. Okay, we are talking about a particular period in time. Yes. So, but for this one, she arrived at the venue on time. On time is the correct word right there. Question 14. Meaning of the idiom, bite the bullets. You've heard that before, bite the bullets. I'll give you an analogy. It's like somebody who has a wound is at the hospital and they want to pour antiseptic or methylated spirit on the open wound. The doctor or the nurse will often give him one medical hard something to put in between his teeth to bite on it instead of shouting loud, to overwhelm the hospital with his cry or her cry. They're going to give he or she something to put in between his teeth to grind on it, to cry on it. Yeah. So it's like biting the bullet. It means what? To accept something unpleasant. It's not pleasant. So the the idiomatic expression is just to is is used when you are dealing with something unpleasant. Question 15. Identify the tense in the sentence. He had been working for hours before the manager arrived. He had been working for hours before the manager arrived. The emphasis there will be on had been working. Now, what are the options? We have simple past, present perfect. No, definitely not present perfect. Past perfect continuous. We have future perfect. It's definitely not future perfect. Why? Because of had. Okay, so had already shows us that there is a past here. So, but we have had is past. We have been perfect, working continuous. So this is a past perfect continuous. Yes, continuous because of the ing. It's something that is was ongoing or is ongoing. Hmm? So had been working, past perfect, continuous for an extended period of time. Okay, so option C is the correct option. Question 16. Choose the correct transformation to passive voice. We want to transform this to passive voice. They will finish the project tomorrow. We are changing that to passive. This is active. Okay, so we are changing it to passive. So what will it be? We have the project will finish tomorrow. The project will be finished by them tomorrow. The project finishes tomorrow. The project was finished. This will be the correct option. B. The project will be finished by them tomorrow. They will finish the project tomorrow. Reported speech or passive speech will be the project will be finished by them tomorrow. Right? That's correct. Option B. Question 17. Now, this one is a unique one. You are given a short passage comprehension and you are given a question from that short passage. You will see a lot of these in your NABTEB English test. And let's see what we have here. The boy walked 3 miles to school every day, often in torn shoes and no breakfast. Yet, he never missed a class. What does this say about the boy? Is it that this snippet, this excerpt says the boy was lazy? No, it didn't say that. Did he say he hated school? No, he didn't say that. Did he say he was committed and determined? I think he says that. He says even though his shoe was torn and he had nothing to eat for breakfast, he still showed up at school every day. So it shows that the boy was committed and determined to study off, to school. So option C is the correct option. Question number 18. Letter writing. Okay. Write a letter to your local government chairman suggesting ways to improve waste disposal in your area. This, in fact, we all need this letter in our lives right now. Almost every local government in the country. Write a letter to your local government chairman suggesting ways to improve waste disposal, which is a major problem in urban cities, big cities. So, if you are given this question in your letter writing essay section, what are the things that you should feature? One, because you are writing to your local government chairman, it should be formal. It has to be a formal letter. And it has to maintain a formal tone. You can't say, hey, Mr. Badibo. You can't say that. That's informal. So it has to be formal. Then it has to have clear suggestions. Yes. Don't just discuss problems, because that's one thing with Nigerians. Nigerians can highlight problems. So when you highlight problems in one paragraph, as you are highlighting your problem, introduce your suggested solution or your suggestion. Next paragraph, you highlight your problem, you introduce the solution. Or you can highlight the problems first and introduce the solution in another paragraph. Do you get that? And so, introductory paragraph and conclusion. Yes, in fact, that one has to come before your suggestion of the problems. So there must be an introductory paragraph and there must be a conclusion to your formal letter. Then let's see, do I have other things here? Features. Polite and constructive language. Yes, very, very important. You are speaking to the local government chairman, okay? After the governor, as far as legislative, no, executive arm of government, is the local government chairman in your area. So you want to be polite and civil and respectful when you are writing to him, regardless of how you feel about the situation. So polite and constructive, not destructive, not even if you want to criticize what's going on, you have to stay constructive. There is something known as constructive criticism. Yes, so your language must be constructive, not pulling down the local government chairman. Okay, that's that about that. I think I made a few examples, one or two examples towards the end. Now, essay prompt. Let's say you get an essay like this. Write a descriptive essay on a raining day I will never forget. Now, this one is not formal. This one is uh, is you just point out yourself. But yet there are some rules to it, especially when you are writing an informal in a formal setting or a semi-formal essay in a formal setting or to a formal setting. Let's see, use of vivid sensory details. I always say when you are writing a descriptive essay, carry the reader on the journey. It was Tuesday, 7 p.m. I stepped out. I was on my way to ShopRite Agidingbi, where my friends were waiting outside just beside the suya shop for me. I was in a hurry, and so I was ready for as I'm speaking now. In fact, you are with me. You can see the way I entered the bus and everything. So make sure you carry the reader on that imaginative. Make it so much imaginative. Yes, make it delightful. So use sight, sound, smell. Let them almost feel or smell the area. And then personal reflection, your thoughts. No copy, no cram something from a textbook or from ChatGPT and pour it in your essay writing in your exam booklet. Your examiner has been marking NECO exams for several years. They will definitely smell it. He or she will smell it. So logical flow from beginning to the end. Keep on the subject. Don't deviate. Unnecessary deviation is you don't need that. So that's that. Question 20. Report writing. Okay, this one now. You are giving a report. Very close to like a narration. Okay. You are the health prefect. Write a report to the principal on an outbreak of malaria in your school and how it's being handled. You are reporting an event. You are going to narrate what happened. Excuse me. All right, let's see. What are the features of this kind of narrative essay or narrative reporting? You have clear heading. What is going to be your heading? Report on recent outbreak or report on outbreak experience, malaria outbreak experience between such and such date to such and such date. Concise introduction. Who are you? What are you going to talk about? What's the purpose of writing this? Keeping it simple. Except you are asked to maintain a number of words, it's actually better to keep your essay short. Because the longer it is, most of the time, the more you add all kind of unnecessary words or wordings. So keep it short and keep the reader wanting more. Like, I wish this thing was longer. Have you watched some YouTube shorts and you wished, it was longer than that? Yeah. Then bullet points or paragraphs for action taking, because this is a formal writing. Then conclusion with recommendation. Anytime you are outlisting or outlining problems, ensure that you always give recommendation. Don't be a vain talker. Give recommendation. What should be done? Suggest a plan. Okay? Next question. Choose the grammatically correct sentence. Either John or his brother has taken the books. Either John or his brothers have taken the books. Either John or his brother takes the books. Either John or his brother are taken. Okay, it's not going to be C or D based on trick I gave you before. So it's going to be between A and B. Either John or his brothers has taken the books. Either John or his brothers have taken the books. And I told you that when the closer subject is plural, you use what? Have. Now, brothers is plural, means two or more guys or males. So have, it's got to be have. So B will be the correct option. Question 22. Choose the correct meaning of the idiom to put the cart before the horse. That means it's simple. You have had it before. Put the cart before the horse means to do things in the wrong order. Simple as that. Put the cart before the horse means to do things in the wrong order. 23. Select the correctly punctuated sentence. Which one of these sentences? They are all the same words, the same wordings, but the use of punctuation is different. When I saw her, she smiled. When I saw her, she smiled. When I saw her, semicolon, she smiled. It's going to be hey. When I saw her, she smiled. When I saw her, she smiled. Right? It's like the guy that is wooing, that wants to woo the girl. When he saw her, she smiled. You get it? 24. Choose the correct register for a formal report on a road accident. Now you want to write a report on a road accident. Which of these can you use in that report that fits the formal style of a road accident? Okay, is it going to be yo, it was bad? No, this is when maybe you are writing to your friend in the US. Even some Nigerians don't know the meaning of yo. So this won't work. A very nasty smash up. This also won't work because it's formal. Maybe you are writing to the governor or something that happened in your street. You want him to fix it. Now say, you, it was bad. Or you say, very nasty smash up. It's like, who is this uncultured? Whereas it's not wrong. Then you have a fatal collision occurred. Yes. So you can see something like fatal collision, fatal accident is used for formal reporting. 25. Close test. Sorry, this should be S there. Sentence. In order to reduce noise pollution, the government should enforce dash against the use of loud speakers. That's what should be there. As in what, fill in the gap with with any of these. The government should enforce rules against the use of loud speakers. 26. Summary writing questions. Okay. Question. Read the passage and in one sentence summarize the main reason why many youth drop out of school. So they will give you a passage, or you'll be given a passage. Maybe 5 lines. It's usually not too long. And then you are given this instruction in one sentence. So you can have something like this. That means you must encapsulate everything into a single sentence. Something like this. Many youths drop out of school due to financial hardship and lack of family support. How did I come about this, or how did we come about this? Based on the passage you are given. If financial hardship is not in the passage you are given, you shouldn't write it as your summary. Yes, you pick the points there, then you merge it, or you crunch it, you reduce it, and put it in one sentence. 27. Indirect speech conversion. Did she arrive late? He asked. Okay, this is an indirect speech. We want to change it or switch it to a direct speech. He asked if she has arrived late. He asked if she arrives late. He asked if she would arrive late. He asked if she's arriving late. He asked if she had arrived late. Did she arrive late? He asked. He asked if she had arrived late. Option A. Question 28. Sentence completion. Okay, which of these will complete this sentence correctly? We were shocked by her abrupt reply. Abrupt means interruptive, right? Explosive, interruptive reply. We were shocked by her abrupt reply, not abruptly, abrupting, abruptive. No, abrupt reply is the better word or better suits the sentence. 29. Choose the sentence that correctly uses comparison. Okay. She is more better than her sister. She is better than her sister. She is more best than her sister. And then she is gooder than her sister. No, no, no. D won't work there. More best won't work there. Okay. She is more better won't work there. Why? Because more is a comparative word. Better is a comparative word. So you can't put comparative together. It makes no sense. So she is better than her sister. She is more than her sister. That one also works in some cases. She is better than her sister. She is more than her sister. But you cannot say she's more better than her sister. So B is the correct one. 30. Identify the figure of speech. The classroom was a zoo. What is this? The classroom was a zoo. This is a metaphor. Okay. The classroom was a zoo. Very, very funny. I won't dwell on it. 31. Choose the correct passive voice. People speak English all over the world. People speak English all over the world. What's the correct passive voice? English speaks by people all over the world. English is spoken by people all over the world. English spoken, oh man. English was spoken by people all over the world. English is spoken by people all over the world. People speak English all over the world. English is spoken by people all over the world. That's the passive form. 32. Choose the best register for a debate representation. You want to start a debate. Okay. Which one of these options is proper to use? We have good day, ladies and gentlemen. We have what's up, people? We have hello, guys. We have yo, fam. Okay. So which one works? Yes, because you're talking about debate is more likely formal or is used in formal setting. So you can say what's up, people. Maybe if you are presenting on the TV, you're talking about sports. You can use what's up, people, something informal. But when you are doing things formal, it's a presentation, by the way, and a debate one for that matter. So you use good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's the better register for all of this, or the best from these options. 33. What is the word closest in meaning to benevolent? Benevolent is a charitable person, a giver. Yes, someone whose hands are open. That's the local way to put it. Yes. Benevolent. Closest in meaning to benevolent. Mean, greedy, kind, lazy. That would be kind. All the other ones are like almost opposite. So kind. 34. Fill in the blank. He is ashamed. Let's put the right preposition here. He is ashamed in what he did, with what he did, of what he did, at what he did. What's the correct one? I'm asking you. He's ashamed of what he did. Have you not heard? Are you not ashamed of yourself? You should be ashamed of yourself. So of is the correct preposition there. 35. Lexis and structure. Please, can I see the options? Lexis and structure. Identify the error here. Each of the girls have submitted their own work. We've done something like this before. Each, singular. Okay, that's either or each. Just the singular word used for singular purposes. So each of the girls have. It won't be have because singular is used with has. So have is the proper word. There is the error word. There should be has. Each of the girls has submitted their homework. Wrong. 36. Choose the correct concord. Subject verb agreement. Okay. A number of students dash absent. A number of students is absent, was absent, are absent, has been absent. A number of students is absent, was absent, are absent, has been absent. What is the correct subject verb? Is absent or was absent. Okay, a number of students was absent. Why? Because students is in plural. More than one, that's two or more students. So the number of students was absent. Okay, 37. Pick the correct idiom usage. After losing the contract, he had to hit humble pie. What does hit humble pie mean? Is it hit leftovers? No, remember that is an idiomatic expression. Is it admit error and apologize? Yes. Cook for someone, get angry. This ones would mean like literal meaning. I'm not talking about literal meaning. It's an idiomatic expression. So admit error and apologize is the correct one there. 38. Correctly spelled word is what from this? They all look same. I have a trick when I see words that are like this with just one letter error in them. I would often just turn to a plain page in my answer booklet and spell the word from memory. Because if you look at them too much, you won't know because your brain will start playing on you. So if you are spelling, just always remember in embarrassment there are 2R and 2S. Embarrassment, 2R and 2S. So that is B. Okay. 39. Fill in the blank with the right verb form. The committee dash divided in its opinion. The committee dash divided in its opinion. Now, the committee is actually a group of several people, which makes it singular because it's one group of several people. So the subject is singular, the verb will be what? Is. Right? The committee is divided because this is singular in its opinion. 40. Comprehension-based question. From the passage, the politician, though praised in public, was despised in private for his deception. How did people truly feel about the politician? They adored him, they respected him, they privately disliked him, they feared him. Yes. C. They disliked him in private. Yes. So that's C. Question C. If you are enjoying this, make sure you are subscribed. Okay. And you can even leave in the comment section what another subject or a particular topic you want me to take. I'll be happy to do so. Also note that you can practice hundreds of these past questions for free using our apps. You'll find a link in the description of this video to download those apps and begin practicing for your NABTEB test. 41. Which of these lines show a sarcastic tone? Okay. Thank you very much for ruining everything. It's a sarcastic tone. Why? Because there's almost like a contrast. Okay, you are thanking him for destroying things. Yes. So It's a sarcastic tone. Thank you very much for ruining everything. It was a lovely day. It's like an eye rolling. Then I hope you are doing well. She seemed surprised. So question option A is the only option that shows sarcastic, a sarcastic tone. 42. Article writing. Write an article for publication in your school magazine on the topic the importance of skill acquisition among Nigerian youths. So let's say you get this article in your NABTEB exam. What are you to do? A catchy introduction. Yeah, because this alone, the title alone looks boring. So you want to begin with a catch-up line. Yes, you want to catch your reader in action. So let the introduction be catchy enough. You can say something like, do you know that? You get, do you know that? Or according to the National of Statistics, 70% of, then the person is eager. Also, what is 70%? You understand? So a catchy introduction. Paragraph with argument and example. Of course, when you begin your paragraph, each point should maintain a paragraph, except it's too short, then you can put uh, all the points in a single paragraph. Stylishly, there's a way it's done. Persuasive tone, okay? Drive home your point. That's what it said. Drive home the point and then conclude with a call to action. Don't just highlight problems or situations without a call to action. This is what I suggest. This is what I propose. If this can be done, this will be better. If this is done better, this would be better. Yeah? Good. Next. 43. The use, okay, this is an argumentative one now. You find this in your NABTEB exam, what should you do? The use of mobile phones in secondary school should be banned. This is a very popular motion that many exams you write on. So if you even learn this and master it here, probably if you are writing SAT, you are writing NECO, GC, you might even still see it. So you'll be asked to choose one side, either a for or against the motion. Then you decide what side you want to take. Then logical argument with example. The use of mobile phone in secondary school should be banned. You can't go ahead to say outrightly all the negativities of mobile phone. Is it true that mobile phone is 100% negative for students? It's not true. Yeah, because probably without the mobile phone, I believe the phone you're using is yours or your parents. So you have to list. If you are taking for or against, you must list the other side before you outline the problem. You must list the advantages, maybe very subtly, minimally, before you start highlighting the problems. So logical argument examples, use of linking words. All right, 44. Read a passage about rural-urban migration and summarize the causes in 3 sentences. You will be given the passage, then summarize the causes in 3 sentences. If you have 3 paragraphs, then you just summarize each paragraph into a sentence. Okay? So I won't go into that. 45. Informal letter. Write a letter to your cousin telling him or her about your recent school excursion to a historical site. What are the features? Friendly tone, personal reflection, first person voice, sign off like yours sincerely, your first name. So friendly tone is informal. Hello, Bimpe. Hi, Adebayo. It's been a long time. How are you? How is the family? Okay, so personal reflection. I miss you so much. It was a beautiful time at such and such a park. You know, that kind of thing. Just like the way you would talk to your friend when you're on the phone. Then first person voice. You are the person speaking, so it's got to be direct, not passive or stuff. Then sign off with yours sincerely and your first name. You don't even need to have your surname because this is your person, your friend. Okay? 46. Write a story that ends with, that was the moment I knew I had made a big mistake. So a complete plot. This one now you cook the story, maybe on a rough page on your answer booklet. Just cook your story there. Cook it in your head, then put it there first before you transfer to the page on your answer sheet. So a complete plot, arrange the plot in your mind. One or two main character, first person narration, then moral lesson. Because what? You're talking about a mistake. So there must be a moral lesson. What you want us to learn from that mistake, that big mistake you made. For the seven, we have another one. Okay, this is a passage. Deforestation has led to loss of habitat, soil erosion, and climate imbalance. In one sentence, summarize the effect of deforestation. The passage will be way longer than this. Yeah, but this is just a brief. It's often like 5, 7 lines. So you have to summarize it. So look at my own answer or look at the tip. Be brief, unified, and avoid examples, because when you start listing examples, you can't list examples in one sentence. So just be brief and keep it precise. 48. Ways to promote reading culture in Nigerian school. Expository essay. You have to delve in or dive in. So what are you to expect, or what are the features? Logical ideas. Okay, logical and smart ideas, achievable ideas. You know what is achievable relating to your culture or your city. If you go and bring something like, okay, you are writing an article on ways to promote reading culture in Nigerian schools, then you are talking about drones that will help students to um, get books in the library. You know that's illogical relating to the Nigerian environment. Before you start having such thing in the Nigerian environment, maybe the next 20 years. So stick with what is logical. Okay. Then paragraph development, factual tone, state facts. And then what else do we have? Um, strong conclusion with recommendation. Okay, I've already touched on this before. Now, I think the last two, write a letter to the director of health in your local government area complaining about the poor situation or sanitation in your neighborhood and suggesting practical solution. Formal letter. Official tone. Clear statement of problem. What's the problem that is going on? What's your suggested solution? Paragraph structure. What else? And yours faithfully. Yes, not your friend. Not yes, sir. Sign off uh, properly. And then the last question. Select the word opposite in meaning to reluctant. Unwilling. That's what reluctant means. Unwilling. So what's the opposite in meaning to unwilling? That would be willing, right? So with that, we come to the end of these 50 questions for NABTEB 2025, and really just about any exam in the Africa space, including SAT, I believe, and IGSC. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do so, let me know by leaving your reaction in the comment section. And if you're yet to be subscribed, well, I don't know what you're waiting for, because just after this, we are uploading mathematics and other subjects to help you ace your NABTEB exam successfully. My name is David. Until I see you again, bye.